That's why this is the Not Your Average Guys show. Because Dan's got a story. This is
Damn.
Not Your Average Guys show, the podcast. It's Tuesday night, October 1st, 2024. October. Royals are still playing baseball.
Weird.
Thus, that's why Jimmy and I are wearing our Royals hats and Dan's wearing his Royals t-shirt.
Yep.
Man, I got another, here we go. I got another good Royals apparel. Here we
You
go.
got a Royals flag you can hang up next to that Chiefs flag?
No, I don't. Guess I should get one though. You got one on your flagpole out in the yard?
I don't. I need to.
I think they make them.
It's a big five farm flag you can hang out there.
Yeah, you do. You could just put an R on it. All right, here we go. Here's my. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Even better.
There we
October.
go.
Take October.
There it is, man. That's
Dude.
legit.
I think I
That's the
I think I
2015.
might have a Royals t-shirt.
That's a good one.
Generally, they're blue. Maybe like royal blue. But not always.
No, sometimes they're gray.
So
Sometimes they're gray.
the first time, well, the second time in my life that the Royals, no, it wasn't. They went to the Royal World Series. They didn't win it. That year, my kids and I all spray painted like tie-dye Royals crown t-shirts. They were
Yep.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That was our favorite Royals shirt ever.
I think that they might have done one for Evabel too.
They may have. Those were great shirts. Okay, so the story. So what Jimmy and I were talking about was what can I. So I have two Airbnbs. One of them's for all of our listener out there.
Yeah.
I have two Airbnbs. One is an off-grid cabin
Hey,
on
Rory.
the property that I live on. Hey, Rory, if you want to stay sometime at our off-grid cabin in the backyard, it's in the backyard of 20 acres. So it's pretty back there. And then the other one is what would you call that? Like a lakefront farm stay type of thing? It's like there's a 5-acre pond lake in front of a big house in the woods, and we have fire pits and fishing kayaks and stuff like that out there. But
Yeah.
I was trying to think of something that we could add that would be a really photogenic and storytelling feature to add to that property to like kind of push it over the top.
Yeah.
And Jimmy had suggested a wave runner. Is that
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
you said, Jimmy?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
it
I don't think
reminded
it's
me of
big
a
enough for a
story,
cable park.
No, I mean that is about the size of a cable park, actually, isn't it? 5 acres?
No.
Are they bigger than that? I thought they were
yeah.
pretty small, and that's why they were doing them.
Well, you got to have
I think
like.
they're pretty small.
I think you got to have some length.
Oh, you could get one of those big platforms with the inflatable thing where
A blob.
the big guy jumps on and then the little kid or
The little
whatever
kid gets thrown out of the lake.
gets zinged out into
Yeah.
the lake.
Yeah.
So
Put a camera on it.
So the story is that Darcy and I took out. Darcy has a little 3-horse or 5-horse Evinrude antique
3-horse. Yeah.
boat motor.
The little three horse. It's like 1954 model or something like that.
And if you know anything about boats, the bigger the body of water you get on, the smaller your boat engine feels. And like you'd think we went on this maybe 6 or 7 acre pond, and his little Evinrude, even on a little 10-foot Vino's boat, we could just we just had to go around in circles with a 3-horse motor, and it was bigger than my lake. Do you remember that, Darcy?
When we were out on
It was
that
one of
pond out
Wayne's
in
ponds.
Quarter or wherever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we
And
had
we
a good
just
time.
about the time it would get up to speed, you had to turn, and
Oh yeah.
it'd about get up to speed and you had to turn again. And so it was just like a big circle.
So
And I feel like that's
I
about how your wave runner
what
would
I
be
like
No,
to
on
a
remember
wave runner, that's
about
what you
that
want
trip.
to do. You want to do circles and splash down in the water and figure eights and whatnot with a wave runner. You don't need room.
You don't need a room. What are you saying, Darcy? You're locked up.
Who is?
You are. On my end, anyway.
Okay. So anyway, that was the story.
That was it. That was the story.
Mm,
It
okay.
wasn't that great. It was just
It was
I thought that motor was about right for that body of water, and that body of water needed like a 1-horse motor.
that
That's all.
here's what my memory of that fishing trip is this.
Mhm.
As you may know, internet, Dan is a more avid fisherman than myself. I
We
would
learned
say
that last
he's
week.
well, and we've talked fishing before. I mean, Dan has a potentially viral video out there of some fishing stuff. And what?
And I have another one in my computer that I haven't released
Yeah,
yet.
and he has another one. But so anyway, on that specific trip, we took this boat out and my little 3-horse motor, and we had fun and we were fishing. I had fun. And Dan can be a pretty serious fisherman, I think. And I don't know if I have the capacity to be a serious fisherman. And so I always like to think back on that fishing trip because I caught a pretty nice bass while we were out there fishing. And I was kind of just jacking around. And Dan didn't catch a big fish. And he had better rig and better tackle, and he's just a better fisherman. In fact, it's not
But
my background on my phone right now, but I think it has been in the past, me holding that fish up in a very braggadocious pose to Dan. In fact, I bet I can find it and put it
you
up
should find that.
since we've been doing that. Let me think here. Okay. All right.
Because honestly, this is how good of a fisherman, how serious of a fisherman I am. I've forgotten all the times that I've gone fishing and been bested. That's how serious I am.
That's pretty
Okay.
serious, Dan.
You know what you know what I mean? You know that guy, right? Like for real though. Like the guy who every time he lost the game or whatever, he doesn't remember those at all. I'm actually not like that, but I don't remember how big this fish was. I can't picture the picture. Can't
It wasn't that
picture the
big.
picture.
It wasn't that big.
But
It wasn't very
It
big,
was
but it was
just
bigger than the
we
ones
do
you were
have
catching, Dan.
yeah.
it's almost bigger than yours, Jimmy.
Almost
bigger.
bigger than Jeremy's.
It's almost bigger than Jeremy's. I'm sorry.
Oh man,
What
I think it's on
the nice thing
Facebook.
about bass fishing is is that bass, like if you take a kid with like a Spider-Man or a Snoopy pole and you put a bobber and a crappie jig on it, that's probably who's going to catch the biggest fish with your bass fishing. Because I've seen kids pull fish out of the water that you're just like enamored by how big they are, and they got those little Snoopy poles that you can't even hardly cast.
All right, here's what I got to do. I've got to go to I think it's on Facebook, that picture.
You're sideways.
Man. Yeah. My phone gets all funky whenever I start looking at other pages and things.
Women.
Oh, pages.
Photos, albums. Let's see here. What would it be? Let's try that. All right. Man.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna go find myself a drink.
Okay.
While he's doing that and you're doing that, I'll tell a little story about yesterday.
All right.
So yesterday I was on the way out to the rock house because I was going to do the laundry last night before I went to bed. And I went through the Walmart and got a toothbrush and toothpaste at Harrisonville. And on my way out, Marcella's boyfriend, my daughter Marcella's boyfriend, Chance, ooh, gross. That is a big mouse rat.
What?
Stuck in my window well. It's in the window well. There ain't no way he's getting out of there.
What is it?
Gross. It's a mouse/rat about this big.
Where?
Oh my goodness. He's huge.
It's in your window well?
Yeah.
How big is it?
Dude, I'm gonna get my camera turned around. I'll put it on him. You see him?
Oh yeah, kinda.
Dead center of the screen right there. That dude's like, he's stuck. There ain't no way he's getting. Oh, maybe unless he's got a tunnel. He's stuck in there. Oh, I just spilled my water. It's kind of gross. I'll just leave it over there and see if he comes out again. Oh man.
All right, I got it. Now, there's you think he might have a tunnel into there?
I mean, he's either stuck in there or he's got a tunnel. Those are his only two options. Because those sides are like smooth and they're like 4 feet tall. If he comes back around, I'll move the camera to where I can see him again. I mean, you can kind of see me in there.
Yeah,
so,
I can
okay,
see
so
your reflection. Okay, here we go.
So,
I have found the picture, and here it is. That's me and Dan.
Why am I holding that fish, Darcy?
So that I could take a picture of it.
Oh, that you messed up.
You should have had Dan take a picture of you holding it. That looks to me like that's a fish Dan caught.
I mean, I'm not saying that I know everything about fishing, but that's my Bubba keg and them's my goofy sunglasses, and that looks like me holding that fish.
Is that
Darcy?
your Royal
Yeah,
shirt?
it does. That might be a Royals
I don't
shirt.
know. No, I don't know what that was. Maybe. Could be. So that you're
Yeah.
saying that was your fish. No wonder I didn't remember that.
You thought that was your fish.
I always remembered that as my fish.
Oh man, that
Oh,
was a
that's
good trip.
funny.
Hmm. I'm
Did
about to
do you remember, did we also pull the battery out of my truck to use for the
for the trolling
trolling
motor.
motor and almost not get my truck started? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here's one of those beers that that we brewed a couple of years ago.
Oh dang.
Decided to give another one a go.
We should brew
This
some
is that
It's
beers
porter.
almost
someday, somehow.
Yeah, I have all the ingredients sitting in my garage. I think I would have to go get the yeast. I think that's the only thing I'd have to get. Yeah, we should.
is it good?
Let's wait till
That
the
there.
weather gets cold enough we don't want to be doing outdoor projects all the time.
Yeah. Well, you can do it outside for the most
Do
part.
you have a do you have a concentrate one, or do you have a full,
The full
what's the
recipe.
supplies you have?
I have a
Full
full five
recipe?
gallon.
Like, no, but I mean, is it a concentrate one, or is it a,
No, it's
like,
the
you gotta
grain,
cook it and
all
everything?
grain.
Full grain or all
Yeah.
grain?
Hmm.
Okay. That one was pretty fun. I think we've only done like 2 of those,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Let's do another
Well,
one.
so that's
Maybe
the
3.
thing. I should just order up one of the concentrate ones too to like get us back in it
Do it while we're,
because that
that's like
makes
half as much time.
yeah, that makes you feel like you're getting somewhere. And then if plus, yeah, you can do the concentrate one and then have 2 carboys
Dude,
going.
so I have this business idea that I think that honestly, like, it'd be more popular than anything else we could think of on YouTube. And I now, Jimmy, I don't know if you've even met my neighbor Brad,
Oh,
but
yeah,
dude,
I've met him.
dude, Brad has the personality. If we were like all of his sidekicks, okay, the channel is Beginner Brews with Brad,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and he's the main character, and every month he brews a all grain or a concentrate brew, like step by step, and then he sells kits,
Hmm.
right? Because he could get, if you order in bulk, if you did like a monthly, what are those things called, like a box club type of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, Jeremy does a bunch of that, doesn't he? Or the quilt shop does a
Yeah.
bunch of that type of stuff with,
Subscription stuff.
and like it's super popular. It doesn't, like, even if the person never does it, they're still gonna stay on the subscription so they can keep getting the videos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Dude.
I mean,
Um
I, and dude, yeah, right?
yeah.
Besides the fact that it'd be a fun time, you could do a live stream every month of brewing it up, and I'm telling you, dude, Beginner Brews with
I
Brad.
like it.
It's a thing. It's a,
Man,
Field Triple B.
I don't think that it exists either. Oh, there's one.
am I still on video?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I can see a reflection of you.
Okay. I'm gonna go.
Huh.
I could get, here we go. My products, no. Exit.
So, Mr. Beer, they
Okay.
have those little countertop beer brewing deals. Looks like a little keg.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen those?
Mm-hmm.
They do have they do have a subscription program, but I think that might be the only one out there.
And you don't have to, you're not selling alcohol, so you don't have to like get anybody's age or anything like that for shipping that stuff.
No. Whoa.
So I could get Brad's beginner brews or beginner brews with Brad.com. Either one of those for just the basic price of a domain.
Okay, so
Well, if my mouse friend comes back.
probably you should go ahead and buy that and then pitch the idea to Brad and tell him he needs to probably get on buying that domain right away before someone else buys it up.
And get him on there.
And then when he goes to buy the domain, he finds that it's already been purchased, but it is for sale for only a few $100s.
Oh yeah, I could get a couple $100 off my buddy Brad right off the bat. Oh,
He doesn't listen to our podcast, does
wow.
he?
Wow. No. I'm not telling him
Okay.
about it either. Or I could be like, dude, what you should do is like offer a
Sorry, Brad.
49%
I was
share
kidding.
in the business to whoever owns the rights to the website. Oh, it's me. Yeah. I mean, it'd be both a fun time and it would be a good, I mean, he'd make a great character for a YouTube channel.
Oh, for
I'm
sure.
not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He has great video energy. He's much more interesting than me
He has Riz.
when talking about whatever.
Is
that what we're calling it?
Yeah.
I would
Well, the
prefer
kids
not
call
to.
it Riz, but I think once you're in your 50s, I think once you're getting close to 50, it's probably something else.
You say the
Probably goes
whole
back to being
world, the
charisma
whole
or
word,
something.
charisma.
Maybe it's better that way. Yeah. And charisma doesn't have the same Riz as Riz. You know that, right? Even though the
What?
root is charisma doesn't have the same Riz as Riz. Because charisma and Riz are actually different. Riz has almost like a sexiness kind of connotation to it. Charisma doesn't necessarily.
Mm.
Who knew, right?
I still don't.
Well,
I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah, either one. Anyway, I could get either one of those for 1 cent for the first year if I bought 3 years of it.
Get it. Do it. How's the beer, Darcy?
I got it.
It's not too bad. It's not totally flat, but it's not very fizzy. It's I think it's a porter. It's pretty tasty. It's not, obviously it's not as good as it would have been 2 years ago, but it's not bad.
2 years ago is when that one was made.
I think so.
Where did we make that one? Was I?
Here. So Dan and I were trying to figure this out last time I was messing with this stuff. And oh, Dan, I think we might have brewed it at your house
Bottled it at
and
your
then
house.
brought it here and and fermented it here and bottled it here. I know we bottled it here. And we were remembering
We
that
brewed
it
it.
was before what?
Yeah, but we
You
brewed
think
it
we brewed
here
it
at
here
my house.
at your
Here.
house? And then we bottled it here at my house.
Mhm.
I know we bottled beer in this house, but it was before we redid the kitchen. So
Mhm.
that's over 2 years ago, I think. Anyway,
So I can get both of those domains for $87.98 for 3 years.
You got to talk your neighbor into it first.
What if I get 5 years? How much is it?
I guess you could just do it and just say your name is Brad.
Dude, no,
yeah.
he's got like his charisma is
Oh, that's
right
going to be
for
the right thing for it.
like it. We couldn't hold a candle to it, and we also don't know that much about brewing compared to him. So I did
So
design him.
how
I did design him a bottle cover for one he's making right now. I could show you that.
Oh, nice.
okay.
I say I used the power of ChatGPT to design a uh, here. I think it was pretty
Does
good.
does he does he assign like grading to his beers, like grade A,
Nice.
B, C, D?
I like it.
No, but he does go to some contests these days with them. I don't know how they grade them. So Saint Bryken is one he's making for Lent for a Catholic church that he's going to go eat fish at, and he's donating the beer to the fish dinner.
Yeah.
He has names for all of them, and he's able to make them pretty consistently. Like the whatever one he's making, he has a name for it, and he can repeat it. I mean, as many times as he wants. And at this point, he just makes a certain one seasonally. He makes them pretty much like the same time of year and stuff. And then he'll add something new that he's trying, but he'll do one of his like staples as he's going through what he's already established as his product for that month or whatever.
So how so he brews every month.
Pretty much, I
Does he
think.
always
Yeah,
brew
probably.
is he like does he brew at a consistent time? Like how easy is it going to be to turn it into content? Like on the third Thursday of every month, he's firing up a batch and you're going over there and filming him. Is that, or is it like
I think so.
hopefully
I
whenever he
would
can get
I
around
would
to it?
think that like if I was going to be involved in it, we would probably just add it to his normal brew cycle and film it at my place, because I already have my Wi-Fi and everything set up with the cameras and everything. And like I have Wi-Fi out in
Oh
the
yeah,
barn,
you'd want to have your Wi-Fi.
and we could film it.
What?
So good.
We could film it. Yeah. I have really good Wi-Fi. Trust me. I would have. He doesn't have any cameras, and I would want to be the. I would want to film it. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe the Wi-Fi is not that important. We could
You
plug
saying you'd
something
want
in. Look, trust me, theirs is worse.
Oh man.
I just don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to haul my computer over there and camera over there. Stuff.
You might not be able to do a live
Plus, I have
stream.
the empty pool room we could film it in. Maybe not.
So if you were going to film in your barn,
Hmm.
how would that work? Because he has a whole setup over at his, or would you do? Would it always be, since you're talking like beginner stuff, it would be like a 5-gallon batch.
Be like a 5-gallon batch.
So
He's
you're
actually never used his 100-gallon deal. He has it, but he's
what?
never done the 100 at one time. He has the ability to brew, I think, 100 gallons at a time or something like that, but he's never used it. Or I'm sorry, he has what is that thing?
The fermenter.
I think he can brew 100. I don't know. I'll take a picture of it and ask him about it. He's got a fermenter that's like, like this big around,
Mm-hmm.
and like stands. It's probably chin high. That's probably 100, I would think.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what it is. It's the fermenter that's big. And he would actually need a
not
bigger. Maybe
not the
that's why he
brew.
hasn't done it. Is he would need something bigger to brew in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to get some details from him on all of that.
So, but he brews a bigger. What's his normal batch that he brews? He doesn't generally just brew 5-gallon batches, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that he does. I think he brews multiple individual. Like I think he does like 5 gallons of whatever his seasonal one is, and then he does like 5 of another one, and potentially, like I only ever know him to have like 2 or 3 things charged up, carbonated, ready to go in
Okay.
his whatever you call that thing, on tap.
A keg.
And they fit in those kegs that go in a big refrigerator. So I think that he
Does
brews like
he?
5 or
So
6
does he
gallons at a
have
time per.
Does he have the oh, what are those, the corny keg, they're like, looks like what pop is in, like maybe like a
Mhm.
10-inch
That's
cylinder
what it looks like,
that's
kind of.
28 inches tall or whatever. He does those.
Yeah, because he can put multiple of them in a um, stand-up refrigerator. And I think if you go to those
Uh-huh.
big kegs, I don't think you can get multiple of them standing up side by side.
Right. The big ones, you can
I
only get
think.
one of them in a refrigerator. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess let me know if you're gonna start doing that, because we need to just brew
Mm-hmm.
here or at Jimmy's house or whatever. Jimmy's gonna have a cool little garage kitchen before too long.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we could do it here.
I've been redesigning my house that I'm trying to get ready to build. and it's getting smaller and smaller every time I redesign it.
You down to about 800
Dude.
square feet?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It doesn't have a
Um,
shooting range inside anymore, which is a bummer.
the whole building is getting smaller.
Let's see if I can do a screen share. See if I can pull it up. The whole building isn't getting smaller necessarily. It's more that the... Oh, are you kidding me?
I don't know.
Not trying to.
My software closed, and I probably don't have a saved. I probably don't have a saved plan. Basically, here's my like hang up with it. I really am trying to get as little as possible that I have to build at the second story level, because I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff by myself. And my original plan had basically like a full 2 stories for the entire size of the entire building. And I don't think I need it. I think I need to build something that I can build without a bunch of equipment. And so I think the garage is going to be like 10-foot ceilings, and the house is going to be 2 stories, but everywhere that there's 2 stories, there's going to be wraparound porch on the first story, so that I can put a platform anywhere that I want to work on the second floor. I can put the platform on the shed roof of the covered porch and just bring most of the pitches down to like 3 or 412. And also, Sarah would like it to go front to back on the property, to where when you look at it from the road, you only see the 40-foot side with the covered porches, not the 88-foot long building. And you're looking at basically the side of the building. Does that make sense? I don't know. So I think my garage in this building is going to be divided into 2 separate garages. One that's like 14 to 16 feet, and one that is 36 by 14 or 16 feet, and then a 36 by 36 garage. Because
So you'll have a 36 by 36 shop.
yeah, I'll have a 36 by 36 shop. Oh, he disappeared. Are you kidding me? Oh, there he is. Can you see him?
I think so. So I can't tell what
Brush
else is
soul,
down in there.
mighty creature.
But when I looked in there just now, I thought to myself, now what you need to do is find a big old black snake and drop it down in there, and then watch that.
Dude, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can see it because of the way that the
it's
reflections
very
are. That thing is
reflecty.
probably like, it's probably a 4-ounce or 5-ounce mouse. See him right in the middle?
Yep,
I guess.
I see him.
I chased a lot of mice around today and on the mower.
So probably because mine's super grainy on your end. I can see him really clearly through the camera, but he's stuck in that window
Once
though.
once we stop recording, we'll be able to see it.
Yeah.
For the kids at home. Oh wow, that's Kind of creepy. So yeah, I'll end up with the 36
cool.
by 36 shop, and Sarah will end up with a 12 to 16, somewhere in there, by 36 bay for her car and for storage. And then on the front, it'll be pretty comparable size building to what we have now as far as the house, except that we won't have a basement. So
When are you going to do this project?
I don't know if this is all. As soon as possible. I was trying to start it in the summer and I never got around to it. But I think that I'm going to be shedding a lot of construction equipment in the process.
You're going to do what?
And I think I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of construction equipment in the move. Because I've accumulated a lot of things that I just never use and never want to use. Just because they're good tools. And I want to get rid of stuff. Like I've got these pump jacks that you put on a 4x4. You buy like a 20-foot 4x4 or a 20-foot pair of 2x4s, and you can put a scaffold on 2x4s and you can raise it up for doing siding. I don't want to be on those. I don't want to set those up.
Yeah.
Like what? What the what? Why would I want to have those? I don't want to use them. I don't want to tell somebody I'll do a job where I would need them. So I need to get rid of them.
Yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, have you seen them?
No.
They're super sketchy.
Oh yeah.
Like they're real nice when you're using them, but getting them set up is a huge pain in the butt. And they're like way more pain in the butt than like an actual aluminum pump jack type of deal. When you worked for Paul, did you guys have pump jacks like that, Darcy? Or did you always use the Skytrax?
Aluminum pump jacks. We had aluminum pump
ones.
jacks.
So this one is just like an aluminum pump jack, except that after you climb up and down the pole, which is wood, maybe 3 or 4 times, it gets so chewed up that the thing doesn't want to work right anymore. And you have to replace the leg all the time. They're way cheaper.
Aluminum pump jacks have a nice rubber face on one side, like a heavy like conveyor belt rubber face on one side, so that it never doesn't bite, and they're aluminum on the other 3, so that it always goes back down.
Slides easy.
Yeah.
Not so with steel ones. Steel and wood ones are they're cheaper for a reason. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Harbor Freight sells the aluminum ones.
I don't think they sell the metal ones either. I don't remember
What?
I think I ordered the metal ones, honestly. I think I ordered the ones I had. Or maybe they were from
the 2x4 ones.
Mm-hmm. Dude, let me tell you about this, Darcy. Maybe something you never even knew about. So when you framed, you had wall jacks. Remember, you have the pipes, and you have basically a come along welded to a pipe. They have a wall jack that is like this big, and you put a 4x4 or a 2x4 as your leg, and it climbs up the 2x4, and you have to crank on it. You have to follow the top edge of the wall. So it starts here, and the crank stays with the wall as you go up. Mm-hmm. Did you know about those? Have you ever used them?
No, I haven't used them. I think that I think you've mentioned them before. And I think that they would
Okay. So you've
probably
probably
be
looked them up
fine
because of that.
for an 8-foot wall.
Smaller stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're trying to raise a gable with it,
No
I
dice.
don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to have a bunch of really nice gable jacks. Those I would keep if I still had them,
Yep.
but I don't.
Um, yeah, I shouldn't have returned them when I bought after I borrowed them. Actually, I think didn't Paul borrow a
You
couple of them
should.
from you?
Actually, I had so many of them that Paul bought a couple of them from me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then I basically kept enough to raise one wall at a time, because when are you ever raising more than one wall at a time?
Yeah. Right.
But all the rest of them got stolen. So
Yep. That was a bummer. That
yeah,
whole deal.
Having a
trying
hard
to
time
decide if
staying
I'm
awake
trying
over
to figure
here.
out if I have a report to put in tonight. I always do.
Trying to think. Let me see if I can see something without losing you guys. Guess I'm back to being sideways again. All right. What do we got here? Um, I'm just looking at a calendar here. We should. What do you? What do you? We should brew beer on Sunday.
This Sunday?
Yeah.
I might be able to do that.
Huh?
I might be able to
Come
do
up to
that.
Jimmy's house.
Hmm. I
You
have
haven't
some yeast,
Jimmy's
but I
house,
think
have
it's
you?
wine yeast. I haven't seen it. I
Uh,
mean, I see it in the video.
You see the background?
yeah.
Yeah.
I bet. I bet you can order. I bet you can order yeast on Amazon. Have it here in a couple of days.
Let's do it.
Dan, what all do you still have? Do you have much of the beer stuff, or has it all made its way back here?
I think a lot of it has made its way back to you, but I have a
I
tub
think so.
of carboys, like the 1 gallon carboys and bottles,
Yeah.
and maybe some like pectin, because I made that
Oh,
cider last
the
year.
sicer. Yeah.
I made the cider has never been a success, no, but the cider I did
How
make.
how would we know?
Well, I don't know. Maybe if I seemed a little inebriated when you were talking to me at some point, you might have known.
We should brew Sunday after church. I'll start gathering up stuff this week and cleaning stuff up.
I can check and see what all I have.
You have
I
plenty
know
of
that I
bottles?
have the.
I think I have plenty of bottles for one batch,
Nice.
5 gallons.
I have buckets with sealable lids and air. What are the air things called?
Yeah, with the little airlocks.
Airlocks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Will you be in Lee Summit at all in the next anytime soon, Dan? You got any jobs over there?
No, not for at least a week or two.
Okay. I'll look through stuff and make sure we've got everything. We should have everything we need. What about Independence?
I'm not actually leaving the South Kansas City, or I'm gonna be over in Bucyrus tomorrow.
Okay,
Sorry, I'm gonna send this real quick.
cool. I think we've got everything. I'm pretty sure last time we brewed, I went down to that brew store on Nolan Road and bought a few things, some extra like carboy stoppers and airlocks. I'm pretty sure we've got all that. I think I've got plenty of tubing also, but that doesn't have to be purchased at a brew supply store. We can get that wherever. But
I think I have some tubing,
I think we've got everything.
depending on what size.
Some tubing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know we have
I
but every once in a while it doesn't get cleaned well enough and gets gunky inside it.
I still think we also need to go back into exploring the distilling situation, because I've been collecting supplies for distilling stuff, the copper pipe
You have?
from HVAC systems. I saw it in Trevor's attic of his building the other day, and I thought, I need to get that. We need to get our still
That would be
finished
fun.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is just like, that is a kind of different thing. Like, remember we were looking at that that, like, was it a 1 gallon that looked like a coffee
That
like carafe, but it was
that
actually a
countertop
little
one.
distiller. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That seems kind of fun. You got to start somewhere. Let's try the Sunday thing.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure I think you can build a super simple still out of an old pressure cooker.
Mm-hmm.
We need to
Yeah,
get
I
Connor
mean,
to
I
show us
don't
how
think
to do
it's
it.
super. I also have the pressure cooker. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I have
An
the
old
pressure
one
cooker. I
that you
have.
can drill holes in and stuff.
Oh yeah, Sarah would never want to use a pressure cooker. Like,
You have
so the
what
fact that I
pressure
have
cooker do
it
you have
Is a
then?
pressure
is,
cooker similar to a balloon?
Yeah,
mm-hmm,
it's a lot
kind
like
of,
a
it
balloon.
builds up pressure. So once upon a time, I bought a house from a prepper, and she left everything in the house when she moved to a different house. So along with firearms and like 150 2-liter bottles of pop that was filled with water and put under all the beds
Hmm.
was like things like canning supplies and pressure cookers and things like that. So it's not an old like rickety pressure cooker. It's a pressure cooker that a prepper got and never used. So I don't know, would that
Okay.
qualify as a candidate? I would think so.
Dig it out. I mean, as long as you're good with like drilling holes in it, I think that's the main thing. Because I
100%.
think you would have
Because I
um what?
go ahead. I just lost you for a minute.
I'm
You
pretty
said I
sure you
think
would
you.
need to drill a hole in the lid to run your copper line out of
Mhm,
and be able to get that steam and get it cooling. I think that's the
mhm.
biggest deal is
Yeah,
as long as you're willing to like
I'd be
drill a
totally fine
hole in
with
it.
it.
You
Yeah,
probably would
and I have
need,
the pipe
I think that
to
there's,
run 10 feet of
you
pipe
have
or
the
so.
copper. I
I
think
have it in
you,
copper, soft
it
copper that's never
has
been bent
one
yet.
hole in it that you could use for the thermometer, and then you
Right.
need a second hole for the steam to come off of.
Yeah, so we would have to get like a brass fitting of some kind to mate the copper to that hole that we drill. Super simple.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I want to get a pressure cooker because I would like to also take and can venison. Have you heard of this?
Yes.
Oh, oh yeah. Jimmy's
Because
got the recipe.
I
I do.
do you? Let me
Oh
hear the
yeah.
story on that, Jimmy. You're laughing like it's not a
I
good
just
idea.
no. I'm
No.
sure it's a great idea. It's just a funny story how I have the recipe.
How do you have the recipe?
Some old
The recipe,
old some old
the
timer that has
recipe.
been doing it forever gave it to me.
Hmm.
He gets very excited about canning meat.
Canning anything. It doesn't
It's
matter
pretty
what it
great.
is. Everything.
Yeah.
And is it a
Oh,
guy you go to
Phil.
church with or what? What's the deal?
It's
No, it's the dad of a friend of a friend.
yeah.
Dad
No,
of.
it's the father-in-law of a friend of a friend. It's pretty great.
And the dude's just a
So
character. So old Phil, he's a character, man.
Oh yeah, he's
that
pretty
doesn't
funny.
roll off the tongue quite as good as Brad's beginner brews. Pressure canned meats with Phil just doesn't have the same ring to it.
He would make good
Oh
content
well.
though.
Hmm. He would make
Because
great
I would
content.
like to do it with deer meat because I think that it would be handy. Like what's handy about it is that when you want to make like tacos or something, instead of having ground beef, you just have your already cooked deer or venison, like stew meat type of stuff. It's already broken into the like fibery, like it's just been through a pressure cooker. You just open the can and dump the liquid out and dump it in with the seasoning and mix it up and you're good to go. Like it's like buying canned meat, only it's canned at home.
Yeah, same thing.
But
And yeah,
my wife is not a fan of pressure cookers just because she's and she's never going to watch this, so I can just say it. Like this is the clip for your short, Darcy, just so you know, like
This
it's going to
is
start
okay.
like right now. Yeah.
Okay.
To my wife, you know, in math, I'm not saying she's amazing at math. I'm just saying, like, you know, in math, you have the greater than, less than, right? Greater than, less than. And then you have like the equals.
Yep.
Like
Uh-huh.
a meth lab and a pressure cooker equal. Like they're just as dangerous as each other. Does not
Yeah,
matter if
I can
that's
see that.
true or not. That is what is in the mind. And so the idea of using a pressure cooker for meat, because you have to go to a higher temperature with meat than you do with like peaches or something. The idea of like purposely doing that in your house, mind bending to her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
How'd you like
Oh
that?
well,
Was that a
she
good
doesn't
was that a good was that a good one for the
clip.
shorts, the YouTube shorts, Darcy?
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
so.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dude, I know I've brought this guy up before, but Theo Vaughn, you guys have heard of Theo Vaughn?
Never
Dude
heard of him.
has some of the most ridiculous statements that are just so freaking awesome for shorts. Like it's like, what the heck are you talking about, dude? What are you
Oh
talking
yeah,
about?
he's pretty great. And you
Get
never
that.
know if he's serious
Oh man.
or just
You got
making
that
something up.
hose water.
I bought a Cat Williams at Marshall's. It's like a Christmas
Christmas.
Cat
Christmas.
Williams. That ain't Cat Williams. That's like the Nutcracker. Nah, if that ain't Cat Williams, I don't know who it is.
It's a black cat Williams.
That's a Cat Williams. That's a black Nutcracker,
He
dude.
kept
What are you
saying it's
talking
a
about?
black
Nah.
cat Williams. It's a black cat Williams Christmas thing. Oh
If I
man.
was like 5% as funny as that guy, oh man, good night.
Yeah, he might be one of the funniest people
Um,
around.
like
Yeah.
so I saw an interview with him and somebody, or I listened to an interview, and the guy was like, dude, I don't know if you are autistic or if you're being serious or if you're funny. He's like, I don't really know. And
Nah,
Theo
I
Vaughn
beat
was
the
just like,
tism.
I don't know either, man. I beat the tism. Mm. So
Yeah, that kid down the street, he was autistic, but his mom didn't have the papers.
every time, okay, so my sons, they wear shorts to, oh dude, two more stories. How much time we got?
Okay.
Oh man, we only got an hour and 3 minutes. Okay, my sons wear shorts to church sometimes because our church is pretty laid back, pretty chill. And there's a Theo
So did
Vaughn.
you
Have
show
you
him
seen
that
it?
one? Yeah.
I haven't, but next time I see it, I'm gonna
Man
save
wears
it and send it
shorts
to
to
them because
church.
he's like,
Jorts
I
or
don't
whatever.
trust him,
Jesus short.
George. I don't trust him. Call the police on that man. Ah,
So good.
okay. So today I drove home from work. I stopped at where my son does soccer practice and I walked around this track with my wife like 6 times. I think we did like 3 miles while they were at soccer practice, right? And they practiced till dark. So in the time that I walked 2.5 or 3 miles, Asa, my youngest son, 13 years old, was playing soccer the whole time. He, okay, I'm going to play it for you because I think he recorded himself saying this and he sent it to us. So He needed to poop like 5 minutes into soccer practice. And he went ahead and played soccer for like an hour, needing to go to the bathroom the whole time. Okay. I, from experience, can tell you that's a terrible idea, because once upon a time, me and Darcy and our father-in-law and a guy named Dustin, and who else was on that trip, Darcy? Was Tom on that trip?
No. On
Me,
the heart
you,
attack
Doug,
trip?
and Dustin. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was just us four.
Just 4.
So,
Yeah. Because remember,
you sure?
you and Dustin and me ran out to the vehicle and we left Doug by himself.
For like 5 miles, dude. It was a long ways.
7.
We left him. We hit 7. We hit a road, and he was like, I'm done. You're going to have to drive around to get me. So I feel like a mile or two into that hike. So you're saying that it was 7 miles. A
I'm
mile or
pretty
two
sure
into
it
the
was
7
7
miles, I
miles.
needed to poop pretty bad. And we were just determined we were just going to chug through. And we basically walked and ran without our packs for that last 7 miles. I needed to poop
Mm-hmm.
almost immediately, and I'd left all my gear back there. And I thought, I'm just going to go the rest of the distance, and we're going to get there, and there's going to be bathrooms, and I'm going to go to the bathroom. Dude, we got there, and all there was napkins in a glove box, and there was no bathrooms open. So I still had to go poop in the woods, and it was terrible. And I felt like I had the flu for 2 days after that trip. Like I was so freaking sick that ever since then, that was like 17, 19 years ago, right? And ever since then, if I
Mm-hmm.
feel the urge, if I feel this much of an urge to poop, I'm like, see ya, I'm going to go use the bathroom, right? Asa found out today what happens when you play soccer for over an hour while you needed to go to the bathroom.
Well, you guys are basically cause for death because they said they can't puke, pee, fart, poop at the same time without dying. And I survived.
Did you guys hear that?
Not all of it.
Play it again because you just cleared up.
Dude, let me see if I can. Is this the side? Is this the right side, or is it over here?
Yeah. Do it again.
Well, you guys are basically cause for death because they said they can't puke, pee, fart, poop at the same time without dying. And I survived.
I don't know.
I don't know if you can hear him. Here's what he sent me a voice message from the bathroom, and it says, "They say that you can't poop, fart, puke, and belch at the same time without dying, and I survived." And I'm telling you, dude, he was up there on the toilet, diarrhea poop, vomiting, belching, all at the same time. Like, I could hear it from downstairs, and I was like, whoa, that's bad.
Bummer.
Everything cleared out of his body from both sides in like 10 minutes when he got home from soccer.
I don't think I've
practice.
ever experienced anything like that.
Dude, I'm telling you, do not go 5 miles without using the bathroom if you need to. Just like you're better off having poop on your fingers and wiping your butt than doing what I did. Like that was the worst experience, self-inflicted experience of my young life.
Bummer.
Oh man.
He actually said he felt
Yeah,
better.
that was
Even
after
worse
that.
than the whiskey.
You mean the salmonella poisoning? Yeah. No,
Is that what we're
because I
calling
didn't
it?
hallucinate during that one. I didn't hallucinate during that one. That was 3 days of the worst. I don't think I ever threw up during that one though. That was all just the worst diarrhea of my life, I think. I don't know, dude. That was bad too. Yeah,
Also
that's
self-inflicted.
pretty bad. I didn't pick to have ducks, so I don't know if that was self-inflicted or not. Was that self-inflicted?
Oh man.
I was trying to clean up after him.
Good times.
Yeah. Anyway, good times.
Yep.
All right. You done? You
All
done?
right.
You guys, am I the only one that had a good story? Like, I
Man,
feel like I talked way too much.
I've been having a very hard time
That's
hearing
okay.
anything either one of you guys are saying.
Bummer.
Bummer.
Probably forgot to turn my Wi-Fi on. Yeah, sure did. Might be better now.
Did you forget?
Wow.
I didn't have my Wi-Fi on.
Oh.
So you were just
Oh
on
well.
cell reception?
Yeah. Oh well. All right. It'll be better next week.
Perfect.
Or it'll be the same. It might be the same.
Or it could be worse.
But hopefully we will have brewed beer in the meantime, and we'll be talking about that.
All right.
All
We
right.
planning on doing that Sunday after church?
I think we should.
Sounds good to me.
What time's the Chief? Do we have a bye this week?
I don't even know.
Oh, it's a Monday night game.
That's right. That sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Monday night game. The 6th, I think. No. Yeah. So I was going to say you might have to hook up that TV in your garage, but it's a Monday night game.
Yeah,
All right.
unless we brew beer on Monday night.
Well, probably won't.
Probably
But
not.
we can. So I will round everything up, try to get some stuff cleaned up and sanitized, and make sure I've got yeast and propane. And we'll get
Perfect.
some beer going. Dan, you think you might
If you don't have propane, I definitely have like 3 tanks. So
you do? Are you gonna come up?
yeah. If I come up, I'll bring the propane up.
Okay,
If you don't have it.
cool.
Yeah, that'll work.
Sweet.
All right. Well, till next time.
Oh, hey, can I? Well, yeah, go ahead and then yeah.
What?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, what?
But then I want to say something to you after.
Oh, all right.
Go ahead and sign off.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
See ya.
We'll catch you on the next round.